race, and that job is supporting your wife and kids. Officials or whoever. That's the problem. They don't have any fucking morals. They don't give a shit. They give them enough money, and they're happy. Coming back, everything appeared different to me. The world seemed entirely new. In praise of God, I only been giving back everything appeared different to me. The reason why I wanted to see is the overrun. It's an expensive one to figure out why. So we take the understanding that everything that happens to me, everything is coming back. Everything appeared different to me. The world seemed entirely new. In praise of God, I only begin to realize how very much you've done for me. I must now channelize the understanding that everything that happens to me, everything is God. I only begin to realize how very much you've done for me. I must now channelize the you've done for me. I must now channelize the understanding that everything that happens to me, everything is coming back. Everything appeared different to me. The world seemed entirely new. In praise of God, I only begin to realize how very much you've done for me. I must now channelize the understanding that everything that happens to me, everything is coming back. Everything appeared different to me. The world seemed entirely new. In praise of God, I only begin to realize how very much you've done for me. I must now channelize the understanding that everything that happens to me, everything is coming back. Everything appeared different to me. The world seemed entirely new. In praise of God, I only begin to realize how very much you've done for me. I must now channelize the understanding that everything that happens to me, everything is coming back. Everything appeared different to me. The world seemed entirely new. In praise of God, I only begin to realize how very much you've done for me. I must now channelize the understanding that everything that happens to me, everything is coming back. Everything appeared different to me. The world seemed entirely new. In praise of God, I only begin to realize how very much you've done for me. I must now channelize the understanding that everything that okay. So this is the last part. I think this is the last part. When your mind doesn't stir inside, the world doesn't arise outside. When the world and the mind are both transparent, this is true vision, and such understanding is. The choiceless truth of who you are is revealed to be permanently here, permeating everything, not a thing and not separate from anything. For every individual is a unique manifestation of the whole, as every branch is a particular outreaching of the tree. To manifest is not separation. I went looking for him, and lost him, and lost myself. Mind imagines, emotions wave, thoughts wander. What are these but the endless movements of one taste, forever at play with its own gestures, whispering quietly to all who will listen, is this not yourself? The thunder roars,
Do you not hear yourself? When the lightning cracks, do you not see yourself? When the clouds float quietly across the sky, is this not your very own limitless being waving back at you? Looking at a sunset, just for a second you forget your separateness. You are the sunset. That is the moment when you feel the beauty of it. But the moment you say that it is a beautiful sunset, you are no longer feeling it. You have come back to your separate, enclosed entity of the ego. Now the mind is speaking. And this is one of the mysteries, that the mind can speak and knows nothing, and the heart knows everything and cannot speak. Perhaps to know too much makes it difficult to speak. The mind knows so little, it is possible for it to speak. Osho. We live in succession, in division, in parts and particles. Meantime, within man is the soul of the whole, the wise silence, the universal beauty to which every part and particle is equally related, the eternal. When your mind doesn't stir inside, the world doesn't arise outside. Assume, as a matter of common sense, that space is nothing, that it's not important and has no energy. But as a matter of fact, space is the basis of existence. How could you have stars without space? Stars shine out of space, and something comes out of nothing, just in the same way as when you listen, in an unprejudiced way. You hear all sounds coming out of silence. It is amazing. Silence is the origin of sound, just as space is the origin of stars, and woman is the origin of man. If you listen and pay close attention to what is, you will discover that there is no past, no future, and no one listening. You cannot hear yourself listening. You live as threatening. Time and mind are in fact inseparable. Eckhart Tolle. If you want to know what it means to be happy, look at a flower, a bird, a child. They are perfect images of the kingdom, for they live from moment to moment in the eternal now, with no past and no future. Anthony de Mello. Realization is uncovering that you are already free. It is always here and only relieves you of bondage. It is throwing the bucket of your individuality into the well of being, without the ropes of desire, intention, thought, or attachment. JR is here. Welcome, JR, a celestial being of great light, a giggler, a jiggler. Oh, he left us. JR left us. Assume is a... Everybody left the room. Everybody left.
Wait a minute, you cut me off. Let me, I mean, I'm not saying you, I'm not specifically saying you. I'm specifically saying a lot of the trainees that are like getting their butt pumped and they're getting BBLs and titties and all that, they do disrespect women who are full-blown women. Don't think you're going to stand next to me with a BBL and think you're better than me. You're not. Because you're not going to think you're better than me, because you're not. All you have is a butthole. And I'm sure you need to get a colonoscopy after you get your fucking butt fucked. You're sick, so you want to stand next to me and think you're better than me. You're not. But what you can do is stand next to me and respect me. And if you don't want to respect me, then I'm not going to respect your sexuality as well. Like I said, I don't have a problem with gay people. It's only the trainees I have an issue with, because why do you want to look like a woman? Be a man. If you're a man that like a man, look like a man. Why do you want to have this percent? Why do you want to trick men into like I'm a woman? Why are you tricking men? Why are you tricking people into thinking? Because when a man like a Mexican or a black man, like if they see a train, they're confused. They don't know what it is until they find out what it is. And then half the time when they find out what it is, they don't want the trainings. So I'm just trying to figure out what's the point of doing this identity change over if you want a man. That's all I'm trying to figure out. Once a trainee can help me figure that out, maybe I'll be more susceptible to their asses and their titties and what they're trying to do out here. But a lot of them are trying to, just basically like act like they're men. They're trying to act like it, look like they want to, look like women. They want to, I don't know. I just don't get that part. And my thing about it is, it makes me sad because I know quite a few people who got set on fire for this. They done got thrown in trunks. Like, don't y'all understand what y'all doing to y'allself out here? Y'all getting yourself killed out here because y'all want to fucking trick men into thinking that y'all women. Crisis and all that goes out the door. It's more to that. They want to look like women, period. They want the attention women get. And I lay in my brain.
Come on. They train it, man. They train it.
Hold on, let me say something. The proper term is trans, ma'am. The proper term is trans.
Let me say something real quick. Shout out to Sister Leah, Sister Call Me, Sister Horrible, Sister Trail, Kalima, my bad, Sister, Brother Philly, Sister Christian, Sister K, and Nadia on the phone. When she come off, she probably can respond to that. Because I want to make it an equal battlefield. I don't want to make it an echo chamber. But Sister Brittany gave some good points. And I feel like what can I say? Sister called me from that community, so I want to hear her respond. Kalima, I want to hear her respond to the anything that Sister Brittany say or towards the title until Sister Nadia come off.
Yeah, I disagree with some of the things she said and agree with some of the things she said. I think everybody should be who they are. Shouldn't be tricking anybody into thinking that there's something they're not. So I agree with that. And people definitely, some of the trans community like to move what they call still. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think that within reason, you should tell people who who you are and your background and whatnot. I don't think anybody should be out here tricking somebody. Like, to me, that's definitely wrong. I don't agree with that at all.
Like, they're dreamers too. They're not.
I get you, but a lot of people just don't see the road in front of them.
Yeah, but how do we relate? I don't have the answer.
You can't relate, man. It's just the differences of people.
It's going to be things like Bitcoin. It's going to be Bitcoin treasure quest, guys. We all know that the white paper was released on Halloween night. What if we said, hey, Gary's going to host 24 days of legend and lore? We reach out to 24 small businesses across America, right? Donut shop in Salem, a pizza shop in Austin, 24 businesses that are pro-Bitcoin. And what do we tell them? We say, we're going to release on social media.
Wait a minute. Why do we have to be the missionaries? Why do we have to be the ones that bonk the people on the heads? That's their problem. They don't get it.
We create auspices for celebration and excitement and education. Who doesn't want to go to Bitcoin treasure quest to get one Bitcoin? Maybe you don't, but me and my friends.
Do you know how hard
you tell me I can go to Donut Shop in Salem,
my God.
And then I find out the next.
That's it. Animesh, what do you have to say? Come up here. What's your hand? What's up?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I just want to say that can we do like online oriented business, like on a website that they people will come and write.
What? This is a crypto chat. What are you talking about? We're talking about Bitcoin. Okay.
Okay.
Electron.
So I'm in Doge.
What do you have to say?
I'm in Doge. I'm in Doge, ma'am. Dogecoin. Bitcoin also, but not much having Bitcoin BTC. So I will buy it.
If you're listening to Gary having all these spaces, he's trying to get, he's talking about this all the time. Why it's important to buy Bitcoin. Yeah, you don't want to be getting into all these shitcoins.
Yes, my son, why are you defying the God of Bitcoin? And you are betraying. You, my son, have betrayed the great God. So how can I be of service to you? I am a bishop of the God. What can I do for you?
You're an artist too, Gary. I think this gentleman might be an artist as well. Maybe that's where he was going. Are you looking to monetize your art in Bitcoin and blockchain? Because Gary does do art as well.
Does Bitcoin has art-related content?
There's a gentleman that was speaking. He's in the Doginals. So there is, you can actually do things called ordinals and alkanes. Maybe look into that. But I think Gary is focused more on like L1, self-custody Bitcoin and things like MicroStrategy, traditional financial products that are going to move the market cap. But I think that you are in an interesting lane. I just looking at your profile, bro. It looks like you're into creativity, poetry, maybe art. So I was wondering, is that maybe an area of interest? Or is it just crypto that you're in the room to discuss? Because if so, I think Dan is right. Like Dogecoin, bro, has an infinite supply, right? That sounds like a fiat problem, right? Maybe not as bad as some other currencies, but it wouldn't be much.
It's moved awesome in the last 5 days, bro.
Who's this guy that has your hand up? Electron?
Move like in fairness, move like big time.
I haven't.
Yeah.
Just saying, for an old man who's not a shitcoin doesn't mean I can't keep my eye on the fucking balls moving around on the table.
Thanks for the alpha, Gary. I'm gonna look at that chart right now, bro.
Electronic.
Hey, Dan. Thank you so much for that.
Yep.
Yeah. Roger. Yeah, she's
Excellent. How are you guys doing tonight?
Pretty good. How about you?
Not bad. I'm doing all right. Just had a quick question before I head out here for tonight. I just wanted to ask Gary, or I guess.
Where you going, man? You gonna go party? You gonna go chase some booty, or what you gonna do, man?
Something very boring. It's called sleep.
Just out of curiosity, can you give us the experience of a person in China right now? And I say this because we know that the truth teller would suggest that the Chinese are actually in a far better place. And I'd be curious what your lived experience is like when it comes to this subject and the idea.
It's really homogenous society, and I've been coming and going for a decade, and they're pretty blunt, racist. Meet a foreigner until they were at least an adolescent, or maybe they saw one on the street. So
So for them, it's just like races are different. We're Chinese and everybody else. You know, to them, all white people look the same, which is always quite funny to hear. But as far as how they feel about Jews, I think they didn't have an opinion 10 years ago because there was no real reason to. There weren't any of them here. You know, they'd heard of Hitler and shit, but they don't really care. It's not their history. But in the last couple of years, due to acceleration because of Israel and Gaza, they don't like it at all. And looks like we had some difficulties with this audio, right? Can you guys hear clearly?
No, you dropped it out.
Faded out. Yeah, great speaker. Hopefully it comes back up. All right, in the meantime, let's go to a new speaker who I have not yet heard. Oh boy, here we go. $2. What's up, brother?
Greetings to everybody. English is my third language. I spoke the other day, so bear with me if I don't come across as an American or a British.
No worries.
Now, I've been trying to figure out ways to fight these nasty Jews. By the way, this radio, this space is wonderful. I'm happy finally to see real American people who had enough of these nasty rapist cult. They are just
Who are the nasty Jews?
Shalom Shabbat, Goyim. I'll let you know in a bit.
I give up.
So, what we're
Is
doing
it the Zionist entity?
I think so. The Jews. We're naming them.
I need to get back to my schedule.
Is it Netanyahu?
The shekel man. I think so. The Jews. We're naming them.
I need to get back to my schedule.
Is it Netanyahu?
The shekel man. So, it's fantastic to hear you guys, and you have woken up finally, and to see these people, what they're doing to your country. The Congress is completely Jewified. I've become a Jewologist since October 7. I've read the Talmud. I know what they're saying about Christ and Mother Mary. I'm not very happy with them. Very just.
I'm not even factoring them into this. Like, why are we even having that conversation? Like, they're on a.
Oh my God. Oh
Yeah,
my
I just told
God.
with the people that are here, they have to go back, and we're.
Now, where am I getting deported here?
Back to Russia.
Is that movie The Deported?
Back to it's the
With Leonardo DiCaprio?
No, that's The Departed. Your movie is You're Retarded. But here's the thing. We'll send you back to Russia where you came from. You can be with your people.
My people, dude. No, look, Russia tried to prevent Jews from wandering. You know?
Hey, KB, I forgot this guy from Clubhouse's name. What's this guy's name? He's an Andrew Meyer superfan.
Wait, who?
The guy wearing the hat, he's bald. What's his real name?
It's in my profile name. That's my legal name, but my clown house name is Edmund Dakin, basically.
That's right.
You want to ask
Your name is John Kitover? That's your real name?
Yeah, that's my.
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's my real legal name.
Well, look at that to me.
You're like the guy that cried wolf. Nothing you say will ever be believed because you've told so many lies.
He's saying, tell us more about Kitover.
You have so much in common. Like, this is awesome. Go ahead.
No, actually, now we can talk about Intercoin because now I have time. If you want to talk about Intercoin. No, let's stick to the room title. Yes, I agree. I'm not the one who brings up Intercoin. So how do you do it right now? How do you issue like bounty licenses? Do you just swarm them? Do you use the National Guard? How do you achieve maximum Minnesota deportation?
Hey, Greg, since you brought up Intercoin, I have a question for you. Do you think Intercoin is worth more or Jade Bruce?
Or what?
The answer will shock you.
I don't even know what you just said. Jade Bruce?
Whatever happened to your crypto coin that you created with KB, Andrew?
No, we never launched it. Never launched. Still worth more than ever.
Failure to launch coin?
We were gonna do some big things, and then the universe said, "Don't do it," so we didn't do it.
I don't know who said it's still worth more than Intercoin. See, that's the thing.
I said it.
Intercoin is worth 0.006 of a cent of a dollar, right? Like it's insanely low amount. Andrew's coin, right? That was never launched. The concept of it is actually technically worth more than Intercoin.
True. Yes. Way more. It's actually if I ever do a launch, it's actually one of his best assets.
If I deployed it now, I kid you not. If I deployed it now,
actually, Intercoin is worth negative $2. You gotta pay someone to take it off your hand.
With my current network, if I deployed it now, it would do well. But I wouldn't do it. Back then, like the idea was that it would actually do well for people. But now it's just obvious. Every fucking coin is a rug. Like if it's not Bitcoin, if it's not maybe Ethereum or two other coins, it's going to zero. So I would never scam people. So I'm glad that
it's sad that the crypto space is always.
Well, I mean, the saddest part of like this whole story though is that Intercoin never took off enough for Greg to rug pull people. And that's the saddest thing.
I've never rug pulled anybody.
You can't rug pull zero. There's no way to rug pull zero.
I own most of the Intercoin that I bought back.
Wow, you own most of the zero. That's insane.
Oh my god. All right.
Andrew.
Listen,
Andrew, what happened to
like I said, the coin that didn't launch.
Andrew, what happened to the Alex Jones NWO game?
Legitimately, Greg, that's the thing is on paper, the coin that Andrew never launched is technically worth more because the value is unknown. It's intrinsic. It's whatever you think the value could be.
It's even better than Bitcoin because the value is unknown.
No. Well, Bitcoin's Bitcoin. Intercoin's not Bitcoin.
How is Bitcoin
is worth less than zero.
Unknown value could be like $1 million Bitcoin, bro.
Yes, Andrew's concept is worth more money than you. I know that economics is difficult for communists, but please.
Yeah, it's very difficult for me, bro. Very difficult. I'm breaking my head over this, honestly.
And did you manage to get any phone numbers of the Jewish singles event?
Oh my god. That is a spicy question right there.
I don't think no is a spicy answer.
Greg, if you want to find a real woman, though, you should go out with this guy, John. This guy, John, before a woman ever died, whether she's 300 pounds or not, he brings home a woman. So I'm telling you, you go out with this guy.
A woman or someone who identifies as a woman, or both?
He could be that. He's not very.
That's going for you, Greg. I don't think it matters.
Can I take you to the beach and introduce you to some whales this upcoming Shabbos?
Yeah, this guy.
Oh, are we talking about crypto whales, or are we talking about?
No, I don't think this is the fat land whales. Crypto whales are not interested in.
These are Papa John's whales.
By the way, I want to clip what you're saying about Intercoin in the future just to play it back.
Because Intercoin's going to take off. It's going to go to the fucking moon. And a question, whenever you named it Intercoin, like, was that just because you're like, it's a coin on the internet. Internet coin. Intercoin. That's it.
You know what's like super funny is as we're talking, I'm driving past the giant Intercoin sign in Brooklyn. Right?
And that doesn't exist.
No, it does actually.
That's like intersex.
I know, that's what I keep thinking is intersection. You keep saying
You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking Intertech.
No,
which was the name for the company on Mike Judge's Office Space.
Andrew.
That was a name that he ad-libbed because it was an internet company. So Intertech. It's a tech company. Internet.
You gotta have some intercourse with yourself.
Andrew.
And here you are with Intercoin, a coin that's on the internet.
I got a question for the moderator, Andrew. If we were to launch Kabbalah coin, what solution would it solve?
Stop talking nonsense. Why do you stalk me on the internet? I don't like you.
Stalk you on the internet? You're just an internet user like other internet users. And here you are. I saw the room title. I didn't even know you were modding the room. I'm not stalking you. I didn't know you were modding this room.
Me off, and you don't even know who I am. I'm about to be the single biggest shareholder of Intercoin.
Sorry, Raylan. I didn't know you were an Intercoin millionaire.
I dare you to buy it on 10K swap or whatever.
I'm about to drop $5
put your crypto where your money is or your mouth is. Or whatever.
You're about to pay this guy's rent. He's stoked.
Oh, bro, he's gonna be the biggest.
What are they, a welfare?
He's gonna be the biggest crypto whale of Bitcoin right fucking now.
The whale of Bitcoin. What are we fucking talking about?
Oh, KB, I bought this AI translator bracelet called B. I saw Amazon acquire the company.
Give me a thumbs up if I should boot Ed right now. Give me a thumbs up. All right.
Oh, boo.
All right.
Oh,
Get out of here.
Damn. I got booted.
Porn is actually more harmful.
Household, but I felt like they did kind of intuitively understand women a little bit better than I would have. I could be wrong.
I did not one. I mean, you're actually right. I have another view of the same point, but from a different perspective. It could just be the children that grow up around dysfunctional single moms end up learning how to just avoid the wrath of dysfunctional single moms, and that appears to be that they understand them. They just know how to duck the problems associated.
Yeah, I could totally see that.
The attachment styles taken into adult life, that was eye-opening when I started looking into that. Our 5-month-old.
Wise counsel, God,
He chills out and smiles. And that's what my wife's doing. Oh, fuck man, he's awesome. He's the cutest, happiest little baby.
It's very nice. I'm from Worship Boulevard.
Oh, Lil, look at that PTR, Lil. Oh, brutal, Lil. Hope that's not a real person. Hope it's like an AI simulator.
Follow me, Baba. Follow me. I love Persian.
I will find you Persian husband. Some kind of like flat tax or something. Deepak, you back?
Yes.
Can you explain why my claim was correct? Thank you.
Well, I thought I took your claim to be just a claim about absolute numbers. If there's like the total like tax receipts, like what percent is contributed by the top one?
Even I agree with that, Deepak. I know you left whenever I was like explaining why. I thought it was like not.
Squealing on Elon squealing them back on him. Two snitches worthless to we the people. I will assure you, once you backtrack and double down like the way they've done it, then you have a useless value. Even though they're holding the office, it's a matter of time they come and put dirt on them. And they have done the smear campaign. He didn't coerce the deadly 34 felonies. But you want us to drink Kool-Aid, believe that he didn't get the 34 felonies. And not only
We are being. It's really good enough to be. Remember.
yeah, I just saw it the other day.
Hey, Mana,
I actually have a bond with him. This is family. Does that make sense?
And I'm not like that type of guy.
Like I've been saying this to you forever, man. Like I'm not here to make enemies, okay? I'm here to make friends. So you like to stir things up, Tom. That's the to stir things up, Tom. That's the. But you did it. can get really far, and then you can put someone in a fucking.
I could be crazy. Rahul, we all go crazy.
No, you're not crazy. I know Rahul's not crazy.
No one here is crazy.
So
the only one is you acting crazy.
No, but then why you gotta stir things up, man? Like you taking a little far, okay? I've been saying this to you forever. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I mean, if you really want it, man, like why don't you guys?
Did I get confused that you were in the room with the guy?
I don't even remember that day, but like
I remember it. I came in. I saw you sitting with that.
Yeah, there you go with this. You're trying to stir things up with your fucking. You know what it is, man. Like I've told you're like one of those Madrasi mamas who likes to fucking stir things up for no reason. Like you know when on Long Island, like you see a Tamil family, right? They'll peep through like a fucking who came in, who went out. You know, there are many I've seen. Okay, so that's what you are, Aptal.
At this point, he's unblocked you. That's the main thing. So we'll go from there.
Okay, yeah, that's fine, but I think he talks too much for me. I don't think I can take it. I can only listen to him for like 2 minutes, bro. I like guys who are like more high on EQ side than IQ because IQ is not. It doesn't really help, to be honest with you. You can read books so much, but lived experience or experiential learning is more important. So yeah, but I'll hang out with the guy, but I'm not dude. You should call Ruby Roy. She will probably tell you what the fuck happened with Tatu. Yeah. Yeah, Ruby Roy is so good, huh?
What do you mean? What happened with him?
Yo, so it was me, Ruby Roy, Flora, and Tatu comes in. He did some stupid shit, and then.
Dude, this Ruby Roy is not a great source.
No, but okay, that's fine. She's a little bit traumatized. What?
She's a real cuckoo, so she is. But she knows some astrology. Give her that.
You don't think she's balanced? I think she's more balanced than Tatu.
I think she's like massively imbalanced. Like red flag shit.
Yeah, okay. In some ways, I agree, but not in the way where Tatu is.
You and Rahul act like her shit doesn't stink.
I don't think she's that crazy, man. Yeah, I think you got it wrong.
No,
this one I disagree.
No, come on, Jared. She has problems, but she keeps them to herself. You know, she doesn't have this like megalomaniac.
Plays along, whatever.
Wait, so what if she opens up here on Clubhouse? Because she probably.
About who are you talking about?
Jared, why do you talk to this Angels person? Okay.
Angels is Madara in she's a.
I'm not Madara.
Yo, she's on your point right now. Look, all these people, different characters have told, but I'm on the fence. It's still a little bit of a sticking point.
If they're against freedom, I am for freedom.
Are you for
they're against money to be talked about, so they don't really support it.
She runs the show, and he did it anyways, and he got so sick of that fucking kid being a fucking nuisance that he told her, he's like, hey, he's gotta go. If you want us to work out, he's gotta go. Guess who came first? She fucking took sides with the fucking son, so he ended up moving, packing all the shit. I had to help move all the shit out.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So, but every single one of my buddies, and me as well, man. I was dating a girl a few years ago. Had a 5-year-old son. My dumb ass, again, thinking she's a nice girl. I can give her a shot and this and that.
kid's dad was a fucking bum, dude. Dude fucking didn't graduate high school, living in his friend's basement, and literally said something.
My brother, I think your heart is still clean.
No, it was. It ain't no more. Yeah, it ain't no more, bro. I learned my lesson. But you know, I was gonna have this girl move in with me. You know, everything, man.
What? No.
Oh yeah, I'm stupid. That's why I say, man, I'm dumb too. I'm fucking retarded as hell too. I'm not.
No, you didn't do that.
Well,
Dad's on stage. Here's a scary thought. Your son turning around to you while he's dating.
The young girls are directly named at the particular dummy that mentioned the babies. Indirectly is the practice.
Thing is decision. Choice means dithering. You know, there are some people who, before they start to write something down, they wiggle their pens a little.
Being slaves, I don't know why. Right? We got the chains taken off of us, right, by the white people, and then we put chains on our necks every day, right? Right, cool. I think it's weird that all of us want or feel the need to identify with this, and I think it's even weirder when we try to force our black brothers and sisters to also want to be or identify as slaves.
Wait, aren't you doing exactly what the room title is describing? You're a black clubhouse lecturer and you're the blind leading the blind?
Are you okay?
Just asking a question.
I definitely
speak after the speaker. Okay, please. In this room.
So I've got black dissonance.
I don't know. I think it's weird that all black people want to be slaves and encourage their brethren to also be slaves. I'm not a slave. Never been a slave. I was never a house.
In this room, we respect people, and there's a hierarchy.
You sure?
Yes, in this room, we respect. This is not a black American room.
Oh, I see. That's racist. But if you say so.
This is an African room.
This is African.
Yeah. You're in an African
What
room.
makes it African?
But you got black Americans on your panel.
Yes, we have black Americans on our panel. We have a Somali. We have we have a Jamaican woman. Okay. And then we have a black American Muslim.
Oh, okay, so he's not African.
That's a very diverse panel.
So this is not a black American room. I want to make that very, very clear.
Even though Jamie just said we're
in this room, we don't disrespect people that are in authority.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
That's saying a lot,
So
isn't it?
when Smoke is speaking, you don't interrupt him on social
Oh,
media.
my bad. I see what you're saying.
Okay.
Free Somalia.
So this will be a last warning. If you do it again, I'm going to move you down.
Got it.
Go ahead, Smoke. You were speaking.
Oh, no.
Or you can speak, Congress, if you'd like.
Yeah, Congress, you can go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's a trick question, trick title room, like all room. It's always the opposite of the room title, which, you know, is the truth. So there's a lot of big bullshit talkers on this app, but they just come here to distribute dopamine, to get dopamine. And they're just spewing propaganda politics, no enlightenment wisdom. It's a waste of your time as a listener. It's a waste of their time as a speaker. And, you know, they're their own worst enemy. So welcome to the world of communication that doesn't give a shit what your racial identity card politics is, because in the game of communication, it's agnostic as to who you are, or where you came from, or what your education is, or what your accent is, or what kind of a public speaker you are. It is a big communication game. And if you think you're going to win by lecturing on Clown House, you're going to lose. Now, I know that sounds like projection, but let's be honest. This is a communication analysis. And I'm just trying to say, you know, the blind do lead the blind. I am complete.
I appreciate you for your analyzation on our clubhouse room. That was really insightful. Analyzation.
You know what's crazy? The biggest sign of you actually having to change is the fact that most Black Americans don't have a name that actually comes from a Black ancestor. That's a right there. That 2025. Wait, hold on. Right. So if your last name, if your last name is Johnson, and your mama's last name is Johnson, and your grandmama's last name is Johnson, and your great grandmama's last name is Johnson, and the last person that owned your ancestor name was Mr. Johnson, who owned his cousin slave plantation, then the fact that you still listen, I hear talk about it. I hear a lot of attempts of black people to trying to find the identity. So I know that we lack on 12.
But it's just like I was obnoxious and nothing to like
England or somewhere in Britain, which shows you that your last name that you have is not yours. It's a slave name. So the fact to say that, oh, we don't have change, that's a cultural change.
Basically, he's saying that you're irrational and that, you're ridiculous and that you're saying things that you can't even do. It's not true. Carried off and
tribe, those aren't working anymore. And then when you start fucking up a girl's endocrine system at 12 years old, 11 years old, they got fucking 10-year-olds on birth control. For you need it for this issue, that issue. Yeah, it'll fix everything. When they get them on that, nobody tells them or warns them about what kind of changes it's going to make in the way that they think, in who they're attracted to, in how they feel. Women who come off of it don't just talk about, I'm more attracted to my partner, or I don't like my partner anymore. They talk about, I just feel better. I was in a daze. I was like a zombie. I couldn't think straight on that shit.
I would just like to say that probably evolutionary psychology, for the ones who believe it explains a lot of the things why women lead to what men call their feelings, but in reality it's like intuition that has been built upon years of choosing the right partner for them, right? That's why, like, a lot of the times when we look at a guy and this guy, for whatever reason, has a lot of women interested in him, a lot of us, like, we question, what does he have? He may not look the brightest, he may not look like the most handsome. What does this guy has? Right? That's why, like, psychology is really important, at least for me. I believe, like, the evolutionary psychology explains a lot of this stuff. What we call feelings is in reality an intuition.
The left hates Evo psych and evolutionary biology a lot because it interferes with the soft sciences.
Yeah, because it's actually based. Yeah, it's actually testable and repeatable and all those good things. But yeah, so here's an interesting way to think about it, right? Is from what we're actually doing, because we're scratching these itches, but we're doing it with simulations and safety and kind of guardrails. We're not doing it the way we evolved to do it. And so one example is that it's a lot harder in this society to check arrogant males that are in competition with you for resources, for a job, for the mates in the area. We provide a safety net that allows a guy to really display a lot of bravado and trigger a lot of those intuitions. But there's not a good mechanism in society to check it. We love those videos where somebody acting tough and talking shit gets knocked out in one hit, and it's very satisfying to watch. But the reality is, society doesn't treat people who put people in their rightful place very well right now. And we coddle people, and we're allowing individuals to really behave reprehensibly with little consequence because of how safe we've made the society and how much we've tied our hands behind our back. Like, in what planet should any person in America be able to, like, walk up to somebody minding their own business, like, throw a phone in their face and follow them around and go, what are you gonna do? You're gonna hit me? You're gonna hit me? Like, if you did that shit in the 50s, these motherfuckers would become part of the sidewalk. So just in that short period of time, like, to anybody, just in the period of time, in a short period of time, we have vastly eliminated, like, the threat of violence, not just, like, in the home to control order, but just on the street. Like, the level of disrespect and the way that you interact with people.
I think you bring up a good point. Like, there is, like, I'm somebody who's, like, extremely pro free speech. I think you could say a lot. I think you should be able to say a lot of extremely offensive shit. And to a large extent, obviously the government can't prosecute you for what you say, but they also, the government cannot not allow people to victimize you because of what you However, like you said, there are some very obnoxious people. I've seen the YouTube accounts or videos where people do end up antagonizing people. Of course, it's for clicks. People that are likely people you do not want to fuck with or troll. And I almost in a weird way, and like you guys might think it's offensive. I'm sorry, but it's just like I'm not gonna like stick my finger in a lion's ass. It's gonna fucking attack me. You know what you're doing at that point. Like,
yeah, I think the more common expression is "don't poke the bear."
A lion will still kill you. I mean, either way, you're fucked.
I'm pretty sure it can kill you for good anyway. So, like, there was a recent auditor video that somebody's trying to gain sympathy fine about for whatever reason. And he went up with a cameraman, and he knocked on his door, and he stepped off the porch and stood on the walking path of like another 150 yards to the road off a cul-de-sac. So this guy went out of his way to go to his property. He wasn't just like walking by on the sidewalk. Knocked on the door. Trooper comes out. What the hell are you doing? He starts talking shit. He's got some kind of t-shirt about tyranny or corruption or whatever on. And Trooper tells him to get off his property. Goes back inside his house, grabs a gun, steps out, doesn't point the gun at him, but walks him out. But this guy deliberately, instead of just turning around and walking as he's with him, allowing, like, slowing down enough so that he's nose to nose with this guy, holding a gun in his hand, telling him to leave his property. And he really feels like fully what all the guy did was yell at him and follow him to the property.
It's bullshit. I mean, at the end of the day, like, I'm somebody who's just a very offensive troll. I do have, serious conversations on here, but I do say very offensive shit. But it is a reality. Like, Tommy Sotomayor, he's somebody I've talked to several times. There is this, like, real weird phenomenon that you see online where, like, I have called black people, nigger to their face before. But I was, I was a teenager both times. And, they deserved it both times, just being honest. And any black person that would have witnessed what they were doing would have definitely used the hard ER, so I don't really care. But you do get these trolls that are just like, nigger, fuck you, nigger. They do this stupid shit.
What's that guy on, some guy on Twitter who just does video chats where he, like, lures them in and then he just starts, insulting the crap out of them. He has a little, like, gag gun.
Like, and that's the weird thing. It's just like, look, I understand you, like, get off being a troll and being offensive, but, like, you have to understand that there's kind of, like, a context when you can use those words. One time I got robbed. The guy was armed. I wasn't. And I was on a bus and I was like, like, fucking nigger. And then, there's a lot of black people on the bus. They didn't really say anything. So, like, what were they going to say? Oh, he wasn't a nigger. He was a nice black man. Yeah, they couldn't do that. And so, one time I was at a gym, and he was like rather short black guy with but he's very built, but he would a woman is on the ground, he's smacking the shit out of her, and then I was like, what's that nigger doing? It just like came out of my mouth. I was 19 years old, and there were other black guys. I remember my brother saying, dude, shut the fuck up, and because like there's some big old shit online, like, but this has consequences.
You can say, the reason is that, like, we have women on these juries. If there's a jury of 12 dudes, and there was a guy brought on trial for smacking a dude find him guilty for smacking a dude who deserved it? Hell fucking no.
I mean,
90% of the time,
imagine that's the other thing. Like, imagine there's a nice, sweet young lady walking with their nice, sweet daughter. They so happen to block you. Like, this is no nigger zone, niggers. And then Papa shows up and he's like, "What did you say?" And he punches me in the face. It's just like, how is he really that bad of a guy in real life? That I talk to his wife and his daughter that way. And it's just like there is this level of trolling. I can say whatever the fuck I want. No, I definitely don't want to encourage people to let name calling to make you feel like you can just lose control of your emotions. But at the end of the day, if I call your wife a slut, if I call you a pussy, if I call there are definitely things I can say that will obviously trigger a fight.
Yeah, name calling is not something that should just trigger punching somebody in the face. But harassment and following somebody around absolutely should, right? And I think that's a gray area where we're allowing people to not only be provocative, we're allowing people to harass people, we're allowing people to follow them around, to use the threat of the camera on them, and we're extremely intolerant of using violence to solve problems. And it's an uphill battle to convince the legal system that your use of violence was the right thing to do. And that's what we've fucked up in society, because there's a lot of times where it solves the problem quickly, nobody dies, and it generates a better society around you for everybody to live in.
Sure, and I would say this though, but it has to do with context too. Like, if you're literally out minding your own business, and
So you're gonna call up your mother and say, "Hey, can I have permission to appropriate?" So you're gonna call up your mother and say, "Hey, can I have permission to appropriate my wife?"
My mom took over my dating. My mom will do all the talking.
stillness of the night, the goddess whispers. The bright of the day, dear God roars. Life pulses, mind imagines, emotions wave, thoughts wonder. What are these but the endless movements of one taste, forever at play with its own gestures? Whispering quietly to all who will listen, is this not yourself? When the thunder roars, do you not hear yourself? When the lightning cracks, do you not see yourself? When the clouds float quietly across the sky, is this not your very own limitless being, waving back at you? Looking at a sunset of the beauty of it. The moment you say that it is a beautiful sunset, you are no longer feeling it. You come back to your separate, enclosed entity of the ego. Now the mind is speaking. This is one of the mysteries of the mind.
Everything around us is natural. Some things they don't. Some things they don't. That's the same.
Yeah, that is all that I'm saying. That's where I just disagree. I feel like it's too much. That's where I just disagree. I feel like it's too much. But it's okay. It's just a disagreement on my end. More scriptural evidence against what you're saying. So you can't get frustrated with that.